It's time for Dumb Crook News. Dumb Crook stories gleaned from newspapers and wire services across America. The address will follow this report. Cleveland, Ohio. A woman broke into a house where she would wash the dishes, emptied the trash, vacuumed the living room, and dusted the furniture.
Sounds like one of them senseless crimes.
She also left behind a bill for $75 with her home phone number on it. The woman later told the cops she owns a cleaning service and sometimes breaks into houses to show off her skills and drum up business.
And they said, oh, okay, have a good day.
Well, she drummed up, in this case, the long stretch of probation and community service.
If you want to wash and clean stuff, I got just the place for you, lady.
Perfect. A man walking down the street in Hartford, Connecticut saw another man get out of a car and leave the engine running. Well, the temptation was too much, and the pedestrian jumped in and drove away. The car he'd stolen was a delivery service vehicle for a local Chinese restaurant. So seeing a chance to make a little extra cash, the thief drove to the next stop, delivered the takeout, and pocketed the cash.
It's like if Kramer from Seinfeld turned to Crook.
He was on his way to deliver another order when he was pulled over by police who had gotten word from the restaurant that somebody was making unauthorized deliveries.
So he went to jail, but he's also Employee of the Month.
Yorkshire, England. A man pulling a nighttime burglary needed more light to see the loot, so he pulled out his phone and turned on what he thought was the flashlight app. What he actually turned on was the phone's video recorder, which created a visual record of the entire burglary.
Nice.
The clip was discovered on the phone when the thief was being questioned about another break-in. A Crossville, Tennessee man arrested for passing a bad check decided to keep a memento of his ride in a cop car, and that ended up costing him more than the original charge. The arresting officer searched him and discovered 2 door lock knobs from the cruiser in his pocket. Suspect admitted to swiping the knobs as souvenirs. Bail for the theft was set at $1,000, while the bail for the original bad check charge would have been $250. A Columbus, Mississippi man robbed a bank and took the loot to the home of his girlfriend, asking her to put it in a safe place. And what's the safest place to put a wad of cash? A bank, of course.
Sure.
Well, when the girlfriend arrived to make her deposit, police were still on the scene investigating her boyfriend's robbery.
So she got right on this assignment.
A teller noticed a woman was trying to deposit the exact amount that had just been stolen. So after asking the woman a few questions, the cops went to her house and arrested the boyfriend.
Wow.
Then you go to another bank.
Right, yeah.
Must have been close to the apartment.
If that ever happens, tell her which bank you robbed.
Or maybe peel a few bucks off for yourself so that it doesn't...
All right. A Winsboro, South Carolina policeman dropped off his patrol car for repairs at a local garage. For some reason, one mechanic at the shop thought it'd be okay to drive the cop car to a party. That's where he quickly became too drunk to drive. So he sent a couple of, quote, party girls to the store to pick up some more beer in the police car.
I'm so drunk!
Well, the officer spotted his work vehicle being used for a beer run, intercepted the 2 fun girls coming out of the store with the beer, and arrested them.
I'm in jail with the sheriff.
An arrest warrant was issued for a 19-year-old Florida man after he allegedly shot and wounded a friend in an argument over a woman. Police finally caught up with him in a rather unlikely location inside the county courthouse where he'd been called for jury duty. He was taken into custody while sitting in a waiting room with hundreds of other prospective jurors.
Your Honor, I think my client has suffered enough. He did jury duty.
I've sat in a jury pool. I'd take it.
The Los Angeles Police Department is always eager to get dangerous weapons off the street, but they decided not to let one local resident take part in their gun buyback program, mainly because he showed up with a pipe bomb instead of a gun.
Well,
The man said he was planning to use the homemade device to blow up the Hollywood sign. But he just never got around to it.
This is my crazy time of year, Your Honor.
Idiot.
On my to-do list.
Dumb lawsuit news. A 27-year-old Lehigh University graduate is suing the school over a bad grade that she says ruined her life. Woman says the C+ she got in the graduate course means she'll never be as successful in her chosen field of professional counseling. She calls the bad grade part of a conspiracy against her and claims she deserves $1.3 million in damages.
I'm going to be really good at counseling, Your Honor.
So I never have to work a day in my life.
By the way, the woman was enrolled in the program tuition-free thanks to her father, who's a professor of finance at the school. Yes. And finally, FBI agents suspected a Columbia, South Carolina man was involved in a bank robbery in Georgia and went to question him at his home. Well, the man denied being involved, but one of the FBI agents left his business card just in case. Well, a few days later, when another bank was robbed, the agents knew exactly where to go. During the second robbery, the man found himself without any paper to write his hold-up note on.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, he used the only thing he could find in his pocket, the FBI agent's business card. Oh, man. You got Dumb Crook News, you can mail to Dumb Crook News. John Boy and Billy, P.O. Box 19111, Charlotte, NC 28219. Email anybody but me at thebigshow.com.